Hello, y'all. Welcome to my yurt. I'm Tarish, and I wanted to share the story of how the heck did I end up buying and living in a yurt. Off. My yurt, fully living in the yurt. It doesn't have running water. It has electric from a cord that has, I have light. I have a heater when I need it. I was in the military, and closer to the end of my military career, I bought a teardrop camper. Kind of like a impulse purchase. I kept driving to the yoga studio I was teaching at. And in this lot, there were these cool teardrop trailers. And I just wanted one so bad. And then one day I made an impulse purchase and I started teardrop camping in my camper. And every time I would go camping and return back to my house, I would be sad because I just wanted to keep staying as close to nature as I could. Close to the ocean, close to the woods. And I lived in a small community near the naval base where I was working at my final Navy tour. And I would just be sad every time I would come back from camping. So, I don't actually remember if I saw a YouTube video about this particular kind of yurt on YouTube. And I started getting obsessed about this particular yurt. The reason why is because it's so easy to take down and put up. Take down and put up. You can move it so many times. It's like an exoskeleton, kind of like a spider skeleton. And it's really easy. I mean, it's not super, super easy. I still have to have like 2 guys helping me at when I take it down or put it up. But it's really, really easy. So this yurt is a Yurta, Yurta, and it's a Canadian Four Seasons yurt. And I decided that I wanted a yurt, number one, because of the low cost, because I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a home. And at this time in my life, I was still feeling very gypsy-ish when I bought it. I didn't want to commit to living in a place yet. I was still in that I'm getting out of the military. I just want to travel around and see how I feel and not commit. So buying a yurt was a great investment when I didn't have like my home thing figured out. It was something I could just buy and afford and have it on storage. So I think I purchased this yurt in 2020. I placed the order possibly in like 2019 or 2020. So when I first received, I paid for the yurt and it was custom order and I paid for it, but I had no land. When I first moved out here to the coast to open my retreat or open my business, I just was renting a business space, but I didn't have land to put the yurt up at. My second business location, I finally was able to put the yurt up. Inside to see how it goes together inside the building. And then later on, I actually finally got the yurt put up outside. And it's been a journey learning how to put it together, what kind of help I need each time, and if someone's educated or not educated with the yurt. It's a bit of a puzzle, is what I would call it. It gets really loud in rainstorms and windstorms, and I have nestled this yurt in an L shape. So the building that I have for the retreat center is an L-shaped building. And the yurt here that I'm in right now is on the north side of the building because all of our massive storms blow in from the south. So the yurt is actually protected by the main retreat center building. I'm currently working on building a greenhouse and my own kind of makeshift kitchen out back. It's been kind of a vision for a while. So out back here is I have a hillbilly hot tub, which is made from cinder blocks in a trough. I love to lay in the grass during the day. I love to take naps outside. I love to take naps in the yurt. I love the closeness to the sounds of nature. I love that, like right now, it feels like I'm camping. Like you can just, boom, we're in nature. So you can hear the woodpeckers. My favorite is the owls. And I just learned, like when I got out of the Navy and I was living in my little camper for a few years, anytime I would go somewhere and sleep in a 4 square wall room, I just didn't like it.
That just sets your gap at the door or your overhang.
Yeah, whoever made those dots there was thinking.
No, it wasn't me. And the circular structure, I think with our energy field, my teardrop camper was kind of like a circular shape or a little bit of like a, bubbly shape. And, the human body energy field is a circular kind of shape. So I think my energy just really loves this. The Yurta standard comes with 3 windows. So you'll see window 1, 2. But what I did is I special ordered 7 windows that go all the way around because I didn't know where I was going to set my yurt up. I didn't know what the situation was going to be. And I thought, well, let me just get 7 windows so then I would be able to have any sort of setup. So I have these back windows open and then these are closed. The sheep's wool, there's zippers on the inside and then there's the canvas on the outside. I ordered a tiny wood stove to put in here, and custom ordered that circular metal piece was custom ordered from Yurta, but the stove piping and the stove from tinystoves.com. There is the dome, and there are 3 hydraulic levers on the dome, and you can attach this cool stick with the hook. Let me show it to ya. Right now, I can hear the ocean. You probably can't in the video, but so I just pull this out and then the top pops open. And then I pull this out, pop, and then it opens up, it lifts, which I had just closed this before I made the video, but I'll close it back in a minute. It's July. We're on the Washington coast. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. Sorry about that. I dropped the phone. So it is July and the air temp's about 55. What else do I want to tell you? It's just real simple. I have this hand-me-down dining room table, but I have everything I need and want. So I know it looks like I live extremely simple, but I have another space. I call it my living room. So I would just kind of call this like my retreat room, my bedroom. But all of my wardrobe and all of that is in my living room, which is attached to the building. So actually, I'll take you on a little trip here. Side. So everything in here is very minimal. It's like I can detach from my work, which is in the retreat building, in the building where I work with people. And then when I come out here, like this is my dedicated private space, which is so nice. Okay, now we're stepping out of the yurt. This is what it looks like. So what you'll see is this kind of like algae growing. I use a spray called like Wet and Forget. It's like a shower cleaner, and it cleans this off so wonderfully. The windows have like roll-up windows, and then on the outside, it's that, or there's the screen on the inside as well. I've had and been using the yurt now for like 6 years. Maybe 5 years. This door is standard, came with it from Yurta. There's a cable that goes around the bottom that holds it together. And you can kind of see the dome is popped open. I had a little bit of like a chimney leakage, and a friend of mine helped me put these rings around the chimney, and ever since we did that, it stopped leaking. It looks tacky as heck, but it works. Okay, this is Sweet Pea, and I'm going to take you on the path around toward like my shower and my this is my little magical spot. You want to go for a walk? Good. Okay. Hopefully I can show you the path here that I take. To so that door leads you to my living room. That door with a glass, that is the treatment room where I see clients. And then over there, right there, that's my shower. So you'll see I've created this little magical cottage-like walkway, and it just brings me so much joy. So right through there is where I go, and there's my treatment room, and then I have a hallway with a deep sink and a toilet, mirror, and here is where I shower. So yeah, my wetsuit's hanging there, but just to take a cleaning shower. So if I wanted to shower right now, that's where I would take a shower at. It's kind of boring for me to shower indoors. I love showering out here. I have hot water, and this pump right there is a sand point pump. If you prime it, we can pump water. The water table here is about 3 feet. So in the case of an emergency, that's the reason that's there. It's not how I get my water. I'm on like I live in Grayland, Washington. I'm on Grayland water. But yeah, so this is my little path and I love it. And this used to be just nothing but dirt. And so over time, I've created this cottage style walkway and I just love it so much. The lights help when it gets dark at like 5 o'clock. But yeah, right now, summertime, it doesn't get dark until 10 or a little after. In this space here, this will be a future kitchen space, and then it goes into the garage, and that's where I have my living room, where I have all my wardrobe and changing and such. So this is how I get into my workspace, and this is a view from the yurt here from the walkway. She's 17 feet. And again, yurta.ca. I'll show you the plants I've planted a couple years ago along this side of the yurt. They're called astilbes and they like shade and they're just doing really well. So this is the most permanent place I've ever lived. I was in Hawaii for about 6 years. That was the longest place I'd ever lived. My whole Navy career was in Hawaii.
There you go, stuff the ass
I moved
up.
here in 2020 in this area. And in November of 2026 this year will be, along with Hawaii, the longest time I've ever lived in one spot. So it's definitely home to me. I love it here. I love the coast. I love the community. And I love that I get to sleep every night in a yurt, unless my neighbors are loud. And then I sleep in the floor on in my living room. But, that's only once in a while. And yeah, so I just get to tend to the land here and take care of it. Have this great relationship with it, and thanks for letting me let you see my yurt and hear like why I actually want to live in a yurt. I just like to be close to nature, honestly. Well, thanks for joining me, and I'm Tarish, and I created this place, Waves Reiki Retreat Center, as a sacred place for healing, for getting away, for connecting. And most importantly, I had to work on my own life, build and create the life that I wanted. And then in turn, I can inspire others to do the same. So thanks for letting me share my unique living situation here at Waves.
Right here in the, yeah, there we go. High five.
Velcro. Black dots.